Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. In today's video, I will be making some DIY hacks using the Jenga blocks. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. And now let's craft. Starting with my first project, I will be using 83 Jenga blocks. This pack only has 72, so I am going to use one and a little bit of another one. The first thing I'm going to do is make this shape. This almost looks like a pinwheel. And then I'm going to start adding some Jenga blocks around it until I get to the size I want. I will be making two different ones, a small one and a big one. The big one does take up 83 of these Jenga blocks. So I wasn't gluing these because I wanted to see how the shape looked. Once I knew this shape was going to work, I started to glue them. I am using hot glue. This one right here is small, but I'm going to make another one, which is going to be a bigger one. So if you do make two, you can always make like a two-piece set wall decor. I decided to just take one of these apart and add it to the other one to make it bigger. And this is how it looks once I added some of the Jenga blocks from the smaller one. Now I'm going to paint this. I will be making a concoction of different paints to make like a dark stain. For my next project, I will be making a planter or a candle holder. You can use this either or. Now I'm going to start by just gluing some Jenga blocks around this Dollar Tree wood sign. All of them didn't fit, so I did have to cut one of the Jenga blocks in half in order for it to fit around it. Once I am done doing this, all I'm doing is painting it using the same paint mix I made in my first project. For my next project, I will be making a planter. I'm going to start by making this shape of a pentagon. I think it's a pentagon. I'm not sure, but I'm going to make this shape, and then on top of this, I'm going to start gluing them, making another pentagon, but like in between. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm showing you here. And then I'm going to repeat this all the way until I get to the height I want. I'm going to paint this using the same paint. And that is it. I'm not adding a bottom to this. I'm going to just leave it like this and add some greenery, and look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I do want to show you how you can make this two different ways. Make it thinner or thicker. This is the thicker version. You're going to grab 5 Jenga blocks and then 5 more, and then just place them like this and start doing this all around until you make like a big rectangle or triangle. Once again, you can make this as big as you want. This is the thicker version. There is 75 Jenga blocks here. Now I'm going to show you the thinner version, which right here, the Jenga blocks are standing up. The next version, they are going to be laying down. Instead of making sections of 5, there's going to be sections of 3. And you're going to just repeat the same thing you did with the first one until you get to the size you like. The one I made is the thinner version because this one takes less Jenga blocks. I do recommend you gluing all of these with wood glue instead of hot glue, but I just did this for video purpose. But that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. My next project is going to be a bonus. I actually already made this in a video. For my next project, I will be making a decorative tray using this Dollar Tree hearts. I'm reusing mine, but Dollar Tree is carrying these this year, and they also carry the wood ones, which are a lot bigger than this. The other items I'm using are some Jenga blocks. I'm not sure how much I use in total, but I will tell you down in the description box. Now I am going to start gluing this all around the hearts. For this to be nice and sturdy, I do recommend you using both wood glue and hot glue. And this is how it looks going all around. Now for the last Jenga block, it didn't fit. So you can either leave it like this or cut one of the Jenga blocks. I grabbed a pencil and measured it. Then I went ahead and cut this. It was very easy to do this. And that is it. Now the next thing I will be doing is painting this using the Waverly Antique Wax. And that is it for this beautiful tray. Once again, you can use this all year round. We'll be using 8 of the Jenga blocks, and I'm going to just glue them together side by side using hot glue. I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to just leave it this color. Then I'm going to use this blessed sign that I got from the Dollar Tree back during the fall, and I'm going to paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Once it's dry, I'm going to just glue it to the little sign, and that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 12 of the Jenga blocks. I will be making a small little planter, so I'm going to glue these. I want to be adding a bottom, then I'm going to paint it with the Waverly Antique Wax. Add a piece of jute twine with a little bow and some greenery. And that is it. Look how cute this little planter turned out. For my next project, I will be using 6 of the Jenga blocks, and I'm going to glue them together to make a square. And then I'm going to paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Using whatever was left over from the scrapbooking paper, I'm going to add a little back to this. Then I'm going to add this like sticker thing that I found at the Dollar Tree. I did have to cut it a little bit so it can fit in there. But that is it. Look how cute this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 10 Jenga blocks. I'm going to just glue them together to make a square. Then I'm going to paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Now you have a blank little canvas, and you can add whatever you like to this. I had these Dollar Tree little houses, which is this one right here, went in there perfectly. Now I'm going to remove the mirror, but then instead of gluing the mirror towards the front, I'm going to glue it towards the back. To decorate this a little more, I'm going to just wrap around some jute twine, and then I'm going to make a bow and add the bow. And that is it. Look how cute this turned out. For my next project, I started off with adding 2 Jenga blocks together. I do end up adding a third one though. Now I'm going to leave it this color, and then I'm going to add this little welcome sign at the front. This comes from these little stickers, or they're not, yeah, like these stickers from the Dollar Tree. I actually end up using a thankful one, so I do add welcome, but then I cover it and put the thankful one instead. Here is where I add another of the Jenga blocks, just so I can add some of this transfer greenery from the Dollar Tree above the welcome sign. Like I said, I do end up switching the welcome to thankful. But that is it. Look how beautiful this mini little decor sign turned out. For my next project, I too glued the Jenga blocks together and I left it the color it is. Then I added this little thing that says faith and love, and I did use hot glue to glue this. I then tried to make a hole, but when I tried to make the hole, it like split. So instead, I just put some jute twine in between the Jenga blocks. I then added some beads to the jute twine and I made a tassel and I added at the end. And that is it. Look how cute this turned out. So Dollar Tree does carry these Jenga blocks, and the ones I picked up are the ones that have the two-tone. There is one tone. I couldn't find those, so I just picked up 3 of these packs. I'm going to start by separating the colors, the brown and the regular wood color ones. For my first project, I will be using 54 of these blocks. I will be using the ones that are the regular wood color. I am also using this Dollar Tree wooden circle, which I'm going to start off by removing the little hanger. Since I will be using a lot of hot glue, I will be using my short bonder little mats. This is specifically for hot glue. Then I'm going to start gluing the Jenga blocks around the circle. Once I have my first row, I'm going to go with a second one, but this time I will be gluing the Jenga blocks like in between the little cracks. This is how it looks with 2 layers. Now you can leave it like this, but I'm going to go for a 3rd layer. The next thing I will be doing is painting my tray, and I will be using the Waverly Antique Wax. But that is it. Look how beautiful this tray turned out. For my next project, I will be using 14 of the regular Jenga blocks. I'm also using this L-shaped ruler to make sure that all of the blocks are nice and straight. I will be making a frame. I started off by gluing 4 of the blocks for the sides, and for the bottom, I will be using 3. And this is how it looks once it's all finished. I will be painting this using the Waverly Antique Wax. Now you have a nice perfect frame that you can add anything to it. I will be using this cardboard that I had, which I'm going to cut to size. Then I will be adding this beautiful craft booking paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now that we have our picture, I will be adding the frame to this, but that's all I'm adding. Look how beautiful this turned out. next project is going to be so quick and simple. I will be using 8 of these brown blocks and this metal house that I also got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by removing the little hanger it has on the back. Now this was like a metal little hook that I had, so I did have to play around to remove these. I then glued 4 of the Jenga blocks together and made a row. I will be doing 2 of these, so I will be using a total of 8 of these blocks. This is going to be the little stand for the house. I'm going to start by gluing the metal house to one of the rows and then glue the other row like right on top of it. And look how cute this turned out. I'm going to decorate my little house by adding a Dollar Tree hook, and then I will be making a little wreath. Now the best thing about this little house is that you can switch the wreaths throughout the seasons. But that is it. Look how cute this turned out. For my next project, I will be using both colors. I'm going to start off by making 4 rectangle frames, and each rectangle frame is going to use 14 of these Jenga blocks. Now I made this a little bit different from my other square frame. This one's a little bit longer because I glued like the sides on top of the bottom. Hopefully you see what I mean. But this is how it looks. So now I'm going to make 3 more to have a total of 4. So now I'm going to use the brown blocks and I will be making like an X inside of the rectangle. I'm going to start by gluing 4 of the brown blocks, 1 on each corner, just like this. Once I had glued down the first 4, then I glued 2 more, going like on the side of the bottom ones and then 2 on the other side. Once I am done doing this, I'm going to flip it around and do the other side just like that. Now to complete this, I will be adding 1 of them in the center, and this is how I made the little X. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this on the rest of them. And this is how they look. So now I'm going to set these to the side and I'm going to make the bottom. So if you haven't guessed it by now, I am going to make a lantern. Now for the bottom, I will be using a total of 30 of the brown Jenga blocks. I started off by making a row of 3. And then I continue gluing 3 more on top of that, and then so on until I got to this. I have all of my lantern parts, and I'm going to start to assemble it together. For this, I am only using hot glue, but I do recommend you using wood glue so it can be nice and sturdy. I'm going to start by gluing 1 of the sides first, and then gluing the other until I glue all 4 of them. And this is how it looks. Now to decorate this, I will be using the Dollar Tree pine picks and add some inside with a Dollar Tree LED candle. But that is it. Look how beautiful this lantern turned out. And that is it for today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.